Hey everyone, we are here with Kyle from Obscene. If you don't know them and you're into death metal, be sure to fucking check them out because they are fantastic. They have a new album coming out called Agony and Wounds that you're gonna fucking love. So, Kyle, thank you. I greatly appreciate you taking time out of your night to come chat with me.
Yeah, appreciate you having me, man.
Hell yeah. So, how old is Obscene? It looks like you guys got together 2016, 2017, right around there.
Yeah. So we started about 2016. It was kind of like most bands, kind of like an embryo thing where our drummer Brandon was singing for I don't know, I guess he was. He was singing for a band called Some Destroyer. And that was like more of like a technical death metal sort of thing. He wanted to do something more just riff bass, he wanted to play drums in it. I mean, he still wanted to do something, but he wanted another outlet. And I wanted to front a band because my previous band Boddicker it just kind of fell apart, and that was sort of like a crusty death grind thing, and I wanted to do something just more just because I've always been a metalhead, so I wanted just like I just want to do just a straight death metal band. Like I don't want to fuck around with like crossover. I don't want to fuck around with grind. I just want to do a straight death metal band. We started talking like Ray and I had like a lot of same influences, like both like Asphyx, both like Massacre, Edge of Sanity, Dismember, just good meat potatoes death metal. And that started we started talking at a cardiac arrest faith extractor show. I think Legion opened up as well at this spot called the Fifth Quarter in Indy. And we kind of got some dudes together. Took a little bit to really get going. I think we really started in earnest like in 2017. No, I take that back. We played like a show in 2016 as Blood Chasm. We changed the name to Obscene like in summer 2017. Had a few lineup changes, and like the lineup we have now has been Mike Morgan on guitar, Roy Hayes on bass, Brandon on drums, myself on vocals. That started, 2017, and it's been the same lineup since.
Right on. It's hard for a band. I feel like,
Hmm.
especially like at the not the super high levels, like
Yeah,
there's a rotating cast of people.
yeah, and I sometimes think like some like the big bands kind of have to have a rotating cast because like as we're learning like with families, jobs, like it's really hard. Hey, buddy, it's really hard to keep this afloat.
Mine's fucking right
See,
here.
yeah.
She's
Hey, say hi to
like,
everyone, Cassidy.
hi.
Ah, all right. Yeah, sometimes like with like the demand for touring and the demands to keep the band afloat, if you're like like Napalm Death who don't have any original members.
Right.
So like so I understand and with us it's just like this is more of a hobby than it's a passion project. It's not a career. It's something that we do because we enjoy doing it, and thankfully it's been successful enough that we can keep doing it
Yeah.
without going into abject poverty.
Yeah.
Knock
Not
knock on
not
wood.
not too far into there anyway, right?
Yeah, like, we're almost there. But
Yeah.
we're fine.
Yeah. So you guys are based out of Indianapolis?
Yep.
Oh, right on. I'm not too far away in Louisville.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right down the river.
Yeah. You guys, one of my favorite venues in fucking Indy, Black Circle, man. I love going to
Oh
that
yeah.
place.
Yeah, Black Circle's kind of our watering hole. I feel like I'm personally at Black Circle about once a month almost, it feels like. I was just there Saturday. They aforementioned cardiac arrest. I saw them there with Mall, Deterioration, a couple other bands. I went by Six Graves from Indy and another band I think called Hammer or Hamar.
Okay.
It's one
So
of those. It's one of yeah. Yeah, it was a fun time.
yeah, I think last time I was there was the Death in the Midwest.
Oh, okay. Uh I think some of the same bands. I think Deterioration
Deterioration.
was supposed to play. I heard that the electricity went out or some shit.
Yeah, so Yotuma was on the stage and they had like a power went out for a couple of minutes and it came back on. I assume it
Okay.
was like the emergency power, and then directly after One Body Six Graves was playing. Is that right? Yeah. They were
Yeah,
playing,
I remember hearing about that.
they're probably like a couple songs into their set and the power just totally shit out. Someone hit,
Oh,
I guess someone hit the
yeah.
light
I
pole.
heard as a drunk driver, so go
Yeah.
figure.
Like fuck.
That
Uh,
yeah, of course that would. I mean, that's such a weird outlier. Of course that happened on the whole show, but like,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I love Black Circle. It's. I mean, I'm not gonna say we've toured like all over the place, but we've covered a lot of ground. And granted, I am biased, but I think Black Circle is one of the best places in the U.S. to play, attend a show. So I think we're really lucky to have it because we haven't had that for a number of years. You've just kind of had to deal with what we had to deal with, and
Yeah.
but
Yeah. And
but
I think, like now, recent years, I'm going to say now, I feel like in metal and punk communities, right? You've
mhm.
always, you just make something work with what
Yeah,
you have. And now there are a lot of venues popping up like Black Circle. Um, Here we've got a place called Portal. And of
I've heard
course,
about Portal.
Portal's a great place. Mag Bar's doing a lot of shows
Yeah,
now,
yeah, we
uh,
played a Magbar once.
which is, it's fucking great. Like Mag Bar is a staple here,
Yeah,
right?
that place rocks.
Yeah, I think I don't know, it's been around 60 years or something ridiculous.
Okay, yeah, the pizza spot right next to is pretty good too.
Pizza Denisi.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was called. I had like a Thai inspired pizza, which didn't. I tell people they're like, oh, I'm like, it was actually really damn good.
It's amazing what people can come up with that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, we have Akumas here, and I'm so burnt out on it. Because they just put so much bullshit on their burgers, and I'm just like, God damn it! Like, can I just get mustard, onions, and pickles on my burger?
Yeah,
I'm a simple man. You can call it the obscene burger, just mustard, onions, pickles. That's all you fucking get.
right.
So if they ever approach us, that's what I'm gonna tell them. Like, just mustard, onions, pickles.
Just
Don't put some braised beef. Don't put don't put a goddamn like stuff couscous pepper in there. Just give me, keep it simple, man.
that's so fucking funny. Last time I was at Kuma's, was Pantera was playing. So last
Okay.
July, I got so fucking trashed. Uh, so trashed I quit drinking.
Oh, okay, one of those nights.
Yeah. Yep. I was like, oh, no more. Like I missed
Yeah.
saw Snafu and I remember their set, but I was they said I was present for Lamb of God and most of Pantera, and I don't
Hmm.
fucking remember any of it.
Oh, okay.
It's like, well,
Did you ever see Pantera with the Abbott brothers back in the
nah,
day?
I did not.
Oh, okay, okay.
I wasn't I think at in those years I was still insane with music, but I was in a very different avenue doing
Sure.
a lot of other shit.
Yeah, I get it.
Mainly moving between Detroit, St. Louis, and Nashville
Oh, you've been around.
a little bit. Yep. So when did you guys start writing uh the upcoming release?
Uh, Pretty soon after the last one. It's just kind of how we work. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to give you an actual date, and I don't really know. So okay, we recorded Dead Horizon. That was shit. I think we recorded that in October of 21. And I think there were like a. Then after that, they came out in May, and right when it came out, we went on tour with Mortis Gold for 10 days. And I want to say it started probably a little bit after tour, and it was just something we kind of went back to, and then all of a sudden we had 11 fucking songs, and I was like, okay, it's
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 time.
time to record, time to do it. It's our longest album, just and like yeah, it's like we've been busy, but like it's like I feel like we're always busy doing something with it, whether it's playing shows or just writing. Like it's slowing down now, just because our drummer Brandon just became a dad, and our bassist Roy became a dad about a year and a half ago, I want to say. So it's like, as far as I'm sure our guitarist Mike's probably already has like 2 albums written because he's just a fucking madman. All he does is smoke weed, write sick riffs, and watch wrestling. It's cool. He's I mean that in the best in the most complimentary manner I can. Like it's fucking sick.
Hell yeah. It's funny. I feel like uh there's some guys out of Florida that are the same way. Same way, actually, one of Deicide's guitar players, Taylor Nordberg,
Hmm.
when he's like not on the road doing something, he's writing. They've got one of the other projects he's in Human Condition.
Oh, okay. Am with
Fuck
them?
yeah, I dig those guys a lot.
Yeah.
They're fucking recording a new album. I think right before Deicide left, like to go do Milwaukee Metal Fest and shit, he like wrote a whole fucking album.
That's awesome.
Like Jesus Christ. It was the same thing with The Absence. Their last album that
Okay.
came out, he just like showed it to Jeremy, the drummer, was like, "Hey dude, I wrote some songs." Jeremy's like, "Well, fuck, now I got to record them." And that, like, they were not planning on anything coming out for it. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how it happened. So like, yeah, we're gearing up for our album release show, July 11th at Black Circle with Tomb Mold, Horrendous, and Ritual.
oh, that'll be a good fucking
And
show.
oh yeah, yeah, it just worked out perfect. Like we saw they were playing, and then like our record was coming out like the next day, and promoter Dustin was plays drums with Ritual, plays drums with Fleshers, runs the Stranger Attractions promotions, and just like, hey, like that'd be a cool idea if you guys played. I'm like, this just time wise, it's just perfect. So yes, let's do the damn thing.
Hell yeah. I think
So yes,
that's the
so
cool thing
yeah,
about.
yeah, I got off track, but yeah, I was just saying like I'm sure next time we go to rehearsal in the next week or two, I'm sure Mike's like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, here's the next record, learn it, and we'll like shit.
You're like,
And
fuck.
I haven't written any lyrics or anything yet. I've just been just chilling out, enjoying life best I can.
It's all you can do, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like, that's all right. I'm sure when he brings you some riffs, you'll be like, oh fuck.
yeah,
That,
yeah.
I,
I mean, I already have an idea for what the next record should be called. I'm not gonna go there yet, but I have an idea. I have an idea.
yeah, we're still on Agony and Wounds. Let's
Well, that's kind of how this band works, man. I just keep trucking.
yeah, actually I think most musicians are like that. It's
Yeah.
by the time it's done and recorded and getting ready to be released, they're like on to the next thing, which is, that's a good problem to have, to, be able to, create that much material and just keep going, especially today, when everyone's so like
Hmm.
focused on got to stay top of mind.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what do you hope happens with this, like any goals with this album?
That's a good question. I have, truth be told, I mean, I guess I only can only speak for myself here, but this is going to sound kind of like a stock answer, but I mean, we do this for ourselves. We're happy with it. We hope that people who like us are happy with it. I feel like if you liked the last 2 records, there's no reason why you wouldn't like this. If you didn't, you probably still won't. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, just whatever. It's out of our hand. It's in Goat's hands now. So it's just whatever happens, happens, man. Like, we feel we've set out to do what we've always done, just release thick death metal that's pretty much our. I don't think there's a band that really sounds like Obscene in the current death metal landscape, and which isn't easy to do, and I think we've accomplished that. And yeah, those who want to hear it, fucking dig in. And if you don't like it, we don't give a shit.
Yeah, move on. Go listen to
Yeah,
something else. That's fair.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, we're yeah. I because I mean like it's a hard question to really answer because like there's not much we can really do. We've already recorded the record. It's not really up to us to do anything with it. Just whatever happens, happens. And if we can do shit, we can do shit. If we can't, we can't.
Yeah, I mean that's really it. So,
Yeah.
with this album, you guys have I'm assuming you have physical copies.
Yep. Just let me give you a sneak peek here.
Yes.
Just got this in the mail about a week and a half ago. I don't want to take this apart. It's just too pretty, but rest assured,
Hell yeah.
fucking good.
Well,
So yeah,
that's my funk.
yeah, we just got LPs in the mail. CDs and tapes should be here pretty soon. If I mean, the worst case scenario, we don't have CDs or we don't have tapes for the release show. At least we'll have records.
Yeah. For me, that's the important thing is vinyl, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah, and it's funny because the last two records have had some sort of delay for one reason, like because you know we released our record in the middle of a pandemic, our first one, and the second one we're still kind of recovering from it in 2022. So our vinyl that was supposed to come out in May, we didn't come out to like October, I think, which isn't that bad. I've heard much worse, and it's not really like a label's fault. It's just sometimes like pressing plants.
Well, and pressing plants
So
back then were so backed up, dude.
yes, yes, yes. So it's just it is what it is. I'm not no, and I'm by no means a salty cracker for any of that shit. It is what it is. We got them, we sold them, and we're the new one,
Yeah.
and we're just happy we got them right, like way
Just in
ahead of
time.
schedule, far like. So we wrapped up recording like end of January, and I think we got the master sometime in February. So it was a really quick turnaround. And like I expected, okay, we'll probably look in the August, September at the best case scenario
Yeah.
for. And then I mean, Brandon name was great, just like, yeah, get out in July. I'm like, I fucking serious, bro? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, bro, cool. Let's do
Hell
it.
yeah.
Let's go. And sure enough, man of his word, got here, goddamn June.
Yeah, that's fucking dope.
Yeah, very very
That,
happy.
yeah, that'll be really good to have at at the release show. I think a lot of
Yeah,
people will be really fucking interested in that, you know?
yeah, I hope so.
What color?
We got two variants. We got gold and we got violet.
Ooh. All right. And are they opaque or clear?
They're opaque.
Okay, good. They just sound better.
I agree. I
So,
mean, I wouldn't have been mad. I would not have been mad if they're clear, but I prefer opaque. So
yeah, I agree. I'm right there with you. Um, I'm not going to turn down a vinyl, but you know,
exactly, exactly.
like like preferences, right?
Right.
So what's your vinyl collection look like?
My file collection's all right. I'm actually more of a CD guy, believe it or not. It's the first physical format I started collecting when I was like 10 or 11 or some shit like that. And I'm 39 now. I haven't been buying as frequently as I have when I was a kid. But I mean, like if I go to a show, I see a band has CDs or vinyls. I tend to get the CD. So my CD collection's fucking. I got about 3,000 CDs. My vinyl, I'm about 1,200. I want to say.
Oh, that's fucking pretty good though.
Yeah, I mean, it's just collecting metal and punk records is one of the few things that actually makes me happy. So.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I actually told my wife, so I lost all my records in a fire.
Oh man, I'm
Probably like,
sorry.
I mean, it happens, you know. Um, probably '07, '08. So like
Yeah,
I had some really
damn.
cool fucking records. But I lost it all. And I told who is my wife now, I said, when we started dating, I said, don't buy me any records. And she's like, why? I'm like, because you're just gonna fucking, get the junkie back going. Like, don't do it.
Yeah.
I'll go insane. And she's like, all right. Fucking the next year she buys me a record and I'm like, oh, now I need a fucking record player. Now I've got a record player. I need
Yeah.
more fucking records. And like, I don't know. I'm probably,
There's worse things to be addicted to. So I think she did all right.
yeah, that's fair. Just like, it's so expensive now,
Yeah,
you
it
know?
is. It really is. Which is why I kind of like I'm kind of a cheap prick. So that's kind of why I buy CDs. So I'm like, 'cause yeah, I went to the record store. I was in Chicago and like went to Reckless, and I had that Morbid Saint reissue of I can't remember what the hell it's called. The one with the cool on the cover.
Mhm.
Sick record, love it. Almost bought it on vinyl, but then like I saw some CDs. I had like 5 CDs in my hand. I'm like, sorry, Morbid Saint, you're gonna go back. It's your reissue. I can get you anywhere, anytime.
Yep. Yeah. Well, and that's a good thing about like reissues, right? Like they're doing so many reissues now.
Yeah.
It's nice. I love Battlecross, and they
Hmm.
just, issued all of their albums on vinyl, and I was like, oh, I'm fucking absolutely getting all of those,
Nice.
you know. And I think I've got like the Death collection. I've probably got 3 fucking sets of those because of,
Nice.
all the different variants. I'm like, Jesus, quit. Fuck.
Yeah, yeah. I was Relapse sure is milking that cow. I tell you what. But hey,
Yeah. Oh,
it
that's
sells.
that's the truth. Well, Relapse and Revolver, dude.
Oh, Revolver? I didn't know about Revolver had anything to do with it.
Yeah, so like a lot of the older stuff, what they do is they license it out, right? So
Hmm.
Revolver has done, I think, over the last year, 2 different variants of like the Death records,
Okay.
and they sell out every fucking time. So they're like, cool, we'll just do another one.
If the demand's there, so be it.
Yeah, for sure. So were you ever a big like Death guy?
Oh yeah, yeah. I love Death. Love Death. I mean, I love the whole catalog, which I can't say that about a lot of bands. I know some people are first 3 albums only, and I get it, and that is my preference for their catalog. Well, when all is said and done, but yeah, I like Human, like Individual Thought Patterns, like Symbolic a lot. Sound Perseverance is actually the first Death record I heard in '99 because I
Hell
was
yeah.
a young boy, and I read about Death and Metal Maniacs, and like I was like kind of like a fucking new metal doofus. I was in like Soulfly and shit, so I picked up Metal Maniacs. And I remember Chuck says along the lines like, this record's gonna make you turn away your baggy pants and your Adidas shorts or whatever, or your Adidas jacket or whatever." And I'm just like, "Who the fuck's this guy?" And I put on Dan. I like did some research, picked up 50 Death records, like, oh yeah, this is way cooler than Cold Chamber. Yeah, I think this is where I'm going.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's, but Col obviously like new metal has its place too, you know. Obviously you were into it. I still dig it once in a while.
For sure.
And I know like I love
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Deftones,
It's 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 definitely one of those things that like it again. I was into some of it when I was a kid. It didn't really age well, and also like I made the leap when because that was like my gateway,
Mhm.
and I'm just like, and then when I found about Death, and I found about like Marduk, I found about Autopsy, I found about like Immolation. I'm just like, okay, this is where my attention's going, and I just kind of like fuck all this. So I
Yeah.
like I never really had like a band like Slipknot. Like I know a lot of people really like love them, especially people younger than me. And I never at that point I was already done. I was like, yeah, I'm with some Morbid Angel. Sorry.
Yeah. Now,
No
again,
judge, no judgment to
right.
those who, yeah, I get it, especially like younger kids, because like they look at me like this grumpy old prick, and that's fine. So I'm just like, cool, like, hey, whatever, man. Like, who gives it? When all said and done, man, like, who gives a shit? Like, you know what I mean?
That's exactly it. Like what you're gonna like, it
Yeah,
doesn't fucking matter.
right,
Like
right,
no one can tell you what your fucking taste is, and it's,
right.
that's what I try to get like really instill in my kids is like they're older. They're like 17 and 20 now, but that's been the whole
Sure.
life. My daughter's
Yeah.
first concert was fucking Justin Bieber, and she's like,
Okay.
"Don't tell anyone." And I'm like, "Why?
Yeah, who cares?
Like, who gives a fuck?" Like, but
My first concert was John Fogerty from CCR, and it was fucking sick.
hell yeah, mine was Michael Jackson on the
That's
Thriller
I mean
tour.
that's yeah, that's rad.
Yeah, that was cool as fuck. I mean, I remember it being cool as fuck. I don't remember the show.
I mean, dude, it probably was cool as fuck. I can't see it. Yeah, Michael Jackson on the Thriller tour, dude, that was cool as fuck. That was
Yeah,
sick.
yeah, that was like the
That
fucking
was that was sick.
that was his peak for sure. So to,
Yeah.
to have that, but then, a lot like you, like I found metal, and it was my introduction was fucking Maiden and Metallica and
Yeah.
right in that. And then I found the heavier shit, like Cannibal
Right.
Corpse. And
Hmm.
I was like, oh, this is like, this is where I want to be.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah. Same.
you know.
Same.
But yeah, so what's your like favorite concert memory? I'm sure you've got a
Mm.
few.
It's gonna sound kind of weird. Um, so I don't know if you're familiar with not metal at all. Well, metal adjacent, I would say actually, because they've worked with Morbid Angel before. This band Leibach played the Vogue in Indianapolis, and I was like passively familiar with them, and like my wife was able to get free tickets because she knew she had a friend who worked at this venue, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't think Leibach's ever going to play Indianapolis ever, so let's just go check it out. And we did, and it like it just blew our mind. Like I can't even really describe how sick it was. It's just like because they're I don't know if you're familiar with Leibach at all. It's just sort of
Mm-mm.
like, all right, man, how do I even describe this? It's kind of like a satire of like fascism, but they wear like the fascist suits and they're right and they're performing like sort of like a militaristic industrial.
Hmm.
That's probably a poor descriptor, but that's the only thing that's springing to mind. But yeah, they're in full kayfabe, full character throughout the night. Just like I don't know, man. It's one of those things. It's just like because like I think it's one of those things like it would just I didn't know what to expect because I mean I we go to we again like I go to a lot of metal shows. I've watched metal shows. There was a time I was kind of like the guy who set up metal shows in Indy for a number of years. So I've seen a lot, and it's hard to really be impressed and really remember everything. So like I guess just kind of taking a chance on seeing Livelock with my wife was and just both our minds being blown. That was something. I took my stepson. He's going to be 15 this Saturday. I took him to see Judas Priest a few months ago. That was super sick, mostly because like he had never experienced Judas Priest live,
Yeah.
and and like he was loving it. So that stands out for me. So I saw Cannibal Corpse when I was 14 or 15. It was right on the Bloodthirst tour, and the only reason I remember it is it's fucking hilarious because so the show was going over kind of late, and my dad used to drop me off at this place called the Emerson Theater. It's just kind of a shitty venue, but Cannibal
So
Corpse was playing. Oh, go
Emerson
on.
Theater, is that the one that it's got like a sloping cement floor and a stage?
Yep, yep.
All right.
That's the one. That's the one. All right, so you know.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I'm fucking losing my mind. I'm headbanging. I'm thrashing like a maniac, and I feel a tap on my shoulder. I'm like, what the fuck? Look over, and it's my dad. Just time to go. Time to go. So I'm like, okay, okay. You caught me, Dad. So yeah, I guess those are the three that really that I'll never forget.
Those are some good fucking memories, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's to be able to take someone like your wife and go to a show and both of you be absolutely blown away is that's my favorite time.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
one of my
Because
fucking
I yeah, go on. I'm sorry. I'm interrupting.
no, you're good. One of my memories is Goat Whore, taking my
Okay.
wife to we were at a show, Battle Cross was playing in the Convalescence and Goat Whore was headlining up in Michigan. And so us and some friends go to the fucking show and they take Goat Whore takes the stage and we go right up front. We're riding the fucking rail and they jammed it out and we leave and she
Yeah.
goes, and I need to tell you, my wife is a hippie, dude.
Okay.
Like Grateful Dead
Sure.
doesn't, she entertains the metal because, I dig it,
Yeah, sure, sure.
but she was like, that is the best show I've ever fucking seen. I was like,
They're a great live band.
fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. So that, that shit. And then my daughter's been to more shows than I think a lot, a lot of
Yeah.
fucking people.
Hell yeah.
So same thing. So obviously Black Circle's your, like the favorite place in Indy.
Yeah.
Um, what do you think are some other good venues in Indy to play at?
We played a spot called Healer. Uh, who did we play? We played as Fulci, Mulder, John Quartered, and Fletcher opened. And it's like a weird like interactive art space. Mixed that's also a venue. I you'll have to you'll just have to check out like the pictures online 'cause it's wild. But it's a cool spot. I mean, like it's definitely a place I feel a little too old to be at sometimes because it's
Yeah.
like I went to my buddies in Nucleus from Rip to Shreds played a show there, and it was like a combined show with like God, one of those mega stomp bands. They all sound the same to me. I'm not trying to talk shit, but I'm just being real. But it was one of those shows, and it's like I feel like the oldest dude there. Everyone's doing their crappy dance moves, and I'm just like, all right, maybe I'm like, I'm just too old for this. I guess I don't know. But yeah, Healer's pretty cool. There's a cool small like pub called State Street Pub. We've played there once or twice. They mostly cater to like a lot of hardcore punks, a lot of like weird artsy hipster shit. They got really good burgers, got really good tacos. It's a cool yeah, it's a cool little spot. It's a place I haven't been there in a while either. Just because again, I pretty much just go to Black Circle for shows. But yeah, I like Safe Streets Pub, but I like Healer. Those are cool spots for other metal shows and punk and
Oh yeah.
stuff.
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to think of anywhere else. I haven't been, but there's a spot called Long Shot that just kind of looks like a garage. But they've been having a lot of punk shows go there. It looks like a lot of fun. It kind of reminds me of going to like, hardcore punk shows as a teen. So I mean, so I think that's cool, but it's just one of those things I feel aged out of. But like,
Yeah,
but I'm glad it's going on. I think it's important.
for sure. I feel like Melody Inn used to have a lot of decent shows
Yeah,
too.
yeah, they have. It's just I know some of the people there. They're good people. It's just they don't really have anything that would really cater to or interests me. It's a
Sure.
lot of ska, it's a lot of pop punk or like Ramones and Clash tributes. And I like Ramones, I like the Clash, but like I don't need to hear a Ramones tribute band. I don't need to hear a Clash tribute band. Just that's how I feel about like a Metallica tribute band or whatever. It's like it's cool. Like I don't need to hear it. But if you're happy, I'm happy.
Sure.
So yeah. So like yeah, the mellow has definitely had its place, and I definitely respect its. So it's another spot. Like my first real band played our first show there, so I definitely have some love for it. But at this point, they just don't really have anything that really interests me, and that's fine.
Yeah. No, like everywhere's got its thing. So,
Yeah.
I feel like Portal is probably a lot like the Healer. Oh,
Okay.
it's an art space that doubles as an event venue, and they've been having some fucking great shows. They've got some killer shows coming up. I'm super
Nice.
excited
Nice.
for, like Frozen Soul and
Okay.
Creeping Death. That'll be a good fucking tour.
Yeah.
Um, that I feel like everywhere's going to that place now. Portal.
Nice. How
Or
do you know like off the top of your head what's the capacity for that room?
uh
It's kind of
so
a
it's
loaded question.
well
But
it
but
it,
I feel like a
it
Frozen Souls plan, there's probably at least 300 to 400, I would imagine.
yeah, it says 350,
Okay, okay.
but I probably shouldn't say this. We did the Knocked Loose show when they did the pop-up show a couple weeks ago, and
Oh, okay. And they're from your area, right?
yeah, they did.
Oh,
So they
oh
were doing
gosh.
like 3 night. They were doing 2 nights here at a 2,000 cap room, and they did a pop-up show the night before those 2 nights.
Oh, man,
And
that was insane.
yeah, oh God, it was so fucking nuts. There was probably 600 fucking people in
Oh,
that room.
wow. Okay. Wow.
Like, I say that I don't really know.
Yeah,
There was
yeah,
a
but it
lot of
was,
fucking
yeah,
people,
sure.
you
Wow.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know much about that band, but I know they're very, very popular. So to them to play like a 300 cap room, I just
Yeah.
but yeah, I feel like that'd be kind of nuts.
It was, yeah, absolutely insane. But it was the, a lot of the hardcore dancing,
Sure, sure, sure.
the chops and kicks and shit.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, whatever. That's what you sign up for, you know?
yeah, not me. I stand back. I'm like
Yeah,
back
yeah,
at the
yeah,
wall. Like
yeah.
I'm old. I'll just watch the show. I don't want to break a hip,
Sure.
you know?
Right, right, right. I don't need a stray spin kick to the face.
Right. Yeah. No thanks.
It's too pretty to
Yeah.
injure.
Yeah. This fucking
Yeah,
monster.
I put a lot of work into this.
Yeah, for sure. So do you have a favorite song off of Agony and Wounds?
Uh, well, the whole fucking record, brah. No. The two singles we released so far, The Reaper's Blessing and Breathe Decay, are definitely up there for me. I like Running Behind the Bandage quite a bit. It's just like a cool, like stompy mid tempo. It's just so many hooks. It's just catchy as fuck. I love the chorus. Um, Noxious Expulsion, I think, is a really cool, interesting song. It's a little not totally out of our wheelhouse, but like
It's
the beginnings are very like melodic, like kind of gourmet meets immolation sort of feel to it, which isn't normally what we do, but it worked and it sounds cool, and we think it's a great song.
I do too. That to me that one is stand out because
That one is
it's different from, you know, again,
right.
not like total left field, but it's just a little bit different than the other ones. And
Yeah.
it starts out real melodic and then it fucking grabs you and
And
it's
it
like,
goes like the fucking just death metal assault, and then but yeah, but like, I gotta say it's probably my favorite one of my favorite solos that we have is the one that Mike puts in there. It's just so goddamn good. Like
yeah,
uh I think Watch Me When I Kill is kind of like I don't want to say like a standard obscene song, but like I love again, I like the chorus, I like the hooks on it a lot. Yeah, I mean I like all the songs, but I guess off the top of my head, those would be my favorites.
hell yeah. They're all great songs, but the fucking album as a whole is it's a
Thank you. Thank
really
you.
it's a great solid fucking album.
Appreciate that.
I feel like if people are into death metal, they're really, really gonna fucking enjoy that album.
That's kind of our goal. I feel like if you're into the death metal that we're influenced by, you'll probably like it.
Yeah.
And if, yeah, yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't, yeah,
No,
yeah.
like, that's it, right? I God, I hope your first pressing sells out fucking quick.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. That'd be great.
Fuck yeah. So other merch. We know you've got
hmm
vinyl. What shirts and shit? You got a bunch of designs?
We were only just doing kind of like the standard album cover for t-shirts and long sleeves. They're being printed, should be printed now, and we end up. The expectation and hope is to have them by in time for the album release show. I'm actually gonna email our printing guy tomorrow, just see if I can't get an update on them. But yeah, I mean, the order's in, they got their money, so
Yeah.
so that's it as far as new merch. We printed out our buddy Garrett from Indy did a Stone Cold Death Metal shirt, which is just like Stone Cold like giving a stunner, like a mutated Stone Cold's giving a stunner to like some dude in a Limp Bizkit shirt, and like the back just says Stone Cold Death Metal. We have like we don't have a whole lot of those shirts left. And I always try to make it a point to have the album art prints on t-shirts. I just think if you're a band and you have albums out, you have to have a shirt with the album art. So I always try to keep those pretty stocked up. So we have Habitable Dark shirts, and from Dead Horizon shirts. Still, we have a few other designs, but they're very, very, very limited. Like there's one Mark Riddick design that we have like, I don't know, 4 shirts left of, and there's a Lucas Corte design of the Shrews Nest from the last record, and I think we have like 5 shirts of those left. So little limited, but
Yeah.
you know,
That's cool as fuck though, right? Like
yeah,
I'm always I like the album art on t-shirts, especially
yes,
like if you're gonna pre-order, you get the fucking album and an album art shirt,
hmm
which is super cool. And then going to a live show, I like because I'm a fucking super nerd. I like date specific shirts,
oh, okay.
you know?
Yeah, that's one of those things we haven't really done. We've talked about it, but just never came to fruition of like just putting like times we've gone on tour or string of days, just putting the dates on the back. It just never happened for one reason or another. But hopefully, so yeah, we're just doing that 2 mold show. So we have something planned in December, but every time I say something's planned, nothing and something else stupid always happens. So,
Every fucking
but
time.
so I don't want to jinx it, but that's the expectation. Is we'll get some road in December.
So that tomb mold show is not sold out, right?
No, but I think it's pretty close. Last I checked, it's already a little over halfway sold out. I don't know where we're at now with it, but I know it's been moving pretty steadily.
Yeah, I feel like all those shows have been doing really good.
Yeah.
Um, I was talking to a friend of mine last week about making the trip up to fucking Indy to go see
Yeah.
that. So I'm like, now I've got like another reason to really go, you know?
Yeah.
Because I really want to see you guys fucking live.
Awesome. Awesome, man.
That's that to me, that's where it's at is the fucking live show.
Yeah, it's I kind of that's where we shine as well. So
Yeah. I feel like a lot of bands do. Well, I feel like bands that shine well live typically do pretty well recording also.
yeah.
The thing that gets me is when they record really well and then their live show, you're left wanting,
Right.
like,
hmm
fuck, I wish I could have been a little better.
Yeah. Well,
But
sometimes you like entertainment. For me, entertainment 101 is keep the audience wanting just a little bit more. Don't
well, wanting a little bit more, but like
wanting more from the performance. That's
yeah,
another topic entirely. Yeah, I understand.
yeah, if their performance is lacking, you're like, oh, well, I guess I don't
Yeah.
listen to that band any fucking more.
Right. Yeah. That always gets under my crawl.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know, man. Like when I see bands who just aren't enthusiastic about being there, or just like a front man who can sing very well, or does their job well, but has like no charisma, no personality. I'm just like I'm out the door, man.
Yeah.
Like, like
And
give me. I don't ask for much, but give me something, man. Like
right. No, I'm the same way, but I've got a 3 strike rule, right? Because
okay,
I get bands have off nights. So
sure.
if I dig you, I'm gonna go check you out. And the first time, if I'm left disappointed, I'm like, okay, I'll go again. And
hmm
like if I see you 3 times and you don't have it all
Just can't
three
bring it. Yeah,
times, like
yeah. That's a fair rule.
I'm out.
That's a fair rule.
Fuck
I can't
yeah.
argue with that whatsoever.
So in all your years of playing, is there a band that you all played with where you were like, man, this was just really fucking awesome to be able to play that show?
Pretty much every time we've played with Deceased in Indy has been fucking awesome. And they're so good live too. That's a band that just doesn't miss live. And they're one of my favorite bands too, so I'm a little biased. So yeah, it's got to be Deceased for me.
Okay. They played I think the last time I saw them was at the Emerson Theater, as a matter of fact.
Oh, Deceased?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm I'm trying to think. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, I get it, man. Yeah, I mean, they could have. I didn't know they ever played Emerson, but I mean, very can't make it everything.
Yeah.
So it's
No, I feel like they were on tour with Jungle Rot at that time.
huh. Okay.
Um, and I say that, but I'm probably going to look back and go, nope, I was really fucking wrong on that. Like, whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
I get it, man.
but the Emerson Theater it's not super terrible. It's a shithole, but
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, for me, like I have something of a soft spot for it because it was sort of my gateway for seeing a lot of cool bands when I was really young and very impressionable.
yeah,
I just think it's kind of ran its course because I just from what I mean from what I've seen in the past couple of years, there's always been problems and like I remember one show I went to, they were kicking people out for moshing. It was a show with DSI and Entombed. They cut off Entombed right when they were playing Left Hand Paths. They had a bunch of stupid ass pay to play bands who played forever. So it's like, well, you let them play, but I can't get Left Hand Path. Get the fuck out
yeah,
of here, man! Like,
yeah. You cut the sets at the wrong fucking time.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
like
And
we're
it's like cutting Iron Maiden off when they're playing Hollaby. That name to me, it's just come on.
yeah, yeah.
What are we doing?
What the fuck are you thinking? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hate that. And it's really tough when when you go to see the headliner and the direct support and those openers, whether they're pay to play or whatever, when
yeah,
they run extra long in their set, you're like, come on.
yeah.
Like you had 20 minutes to play, you're at 45. What the fuck is like
Just stupid shit.
pull the
So
plug?
yeah, that's left a sour taste in my mouth when I went there. I went there twice since. One time I wanted to see Destruction, and they were sick. Another time I went to go see Watain, Destroyer 666, and Ares Kingdom, and that was a really good show too. But I haven't been back. They haven't really brought anything that's made me want to come back. So, but yeah, I mean, after that, the whole incident between Cutoff and Tune right when I started playing Left Hand Path and throwing people out for moshing, and I don't really mosh, but just the principle of it, I think is really stupid.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to come here ever.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those places once in a while. It's not too bad. Exorder played there.
Yeah.
That was the last show I was at there.
Okay, I almost went to that, but I just it was one of those, I think it was like on a weeknight and there were like six bands playing. I'm just like, I'd like to see Exorder. I don't want to see, five other bigger bands and leave at leave at past midnight when I got to work in the morning. So,
Yeah, it didn't even run that late though.
oh really? Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I fucked up.
Yeah, I think I was out of there. I think we were on the road back down here by 11 or 11:30.
Oh, okay, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, like it
But yeah,
was.
I just get turned off when if I see more than like four bands on a show more often, unless it's a weekend. If it's like five or six bands on a weekend, I don't really care. But if it's like weeknight and you got six bands, I'm just like, what? Come
Yeah,
on, just
I gotta
three to four.
I gotta get up and work in the morning. Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not even really about that. I mean, I know I use that as an excuse, but I'm just like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's fucking lame. Uh,
Quality, not quantity, my friend.
that's it. So after the Tomb Mold show, what other shows do you all have going on?
Oh, we don't really have anything. I mean, like, because it's like I said, like our drummer just became a dad like a couple weeks ago, and honestly, like it's kind of amazing he's playing that show. But I mean, he lives pretty close to the venue. Like he has to work out with his wife. But so yeah, we're laying low until it's looking like December, and then we're gonna probably go out for like a week if
Okay.
all things go according to plan. Which, if I've learned anything in this business, it never does. But that's what we're shooting for.
All right. Well, I'll have to keep an eye out on that.
Yeah.
Um, I'm 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 about 85% right now. I'll be at the Tomb Mold show.
Hell yeah, man.
So I'll come up and say, hey,
Yeah,
probably
please do. Please do.
probably grab your fucking vinyl too.
Yeah, perfect.
Hell yeah.
We like money.
Yeah. Everyone does.
Yeah.
So good thing you got vinyl to trade for it. All right.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Kyle, man, I greatly appreciate you coming to hang out tonight and chat with me.
Yeah,
Uh,
thanks for having me, man.
hell
Glad you
yeah.
liked the record.
Yeah, it's great. I really think a lot of people are gonna fucking really enjoy it. And
Hell yeah.
hopefully we can drive more people to you and sell that fucking first pressing like
Yeah,
it's nothing.
let's get it out.
Hell yeah. Well, dude, have yourself a great night.
All right, you as well, brother. Thank you.
Thanks, dude. See ya.
Yep. Bye.